another episode of The Glow Up. I'm your girl QB, and this is my beautiful co-host
Sky, the butterfly.
Yes, this is yet another episode, and we are here to invite you to the conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about unwrapping your gifts.
Yeah.
We are in the season of giving, we are in the season of receiving, and we are in the season of celebration. Unwrapping your gifts. What does that mean to you, Sky?
Unwrapping your gifts. So, this conversation, we just want to talk about discovering your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Discovering your purpose. And like he was saying, it's the season of giving. It's gift giving season.
Yeah.
And the thing about a gift is nice, right?
Yeah.
It feels good to receive a gift. If the gift is wrapped, there is something that is so special about that. Because the wrapping of a gift, it builds the anticipation.
Yes.
You're just like, what is in there?
Inside, yeah.
What is inside of there? And especially when you see, people that now. So I'm one of them people, like, when I decorate for the holidays, it's very color coordinated. And then my wrapping paper, I try to get really, really nice glossy wrapping paper, and it matches the colors and the whole nine. But in essence, it's just all about putting a whole lot of thought.
Yeah.
I put a whole lot of thought into how I wrap the gift, because I put a whole lot of thought into the gift itself.
Right.
Because I put a whole lot of thought into the person that I'm giving it to. So when you see value in a person, you then want to give them something of value. And when you want to give them something of value, you want it. You want to present it in the most valuable way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, you then want to give it in the most valuable way possible. So, yeah, gift wrapping. I was looking at, like, well, when did this become a thing? When did gift wrapping become a thing? And there is just some studies show it dates back. I mean, like, early centuries, going back to, like, the Japanese and the Koreans. They used to wrap gifts in cloth.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of symbolism in why they chose the specific fabrics that they chose to wrap gifts. Even in the Bible with the three wise men, where we tend to get some of our, like, Christmas traditions from, when they came to present Jesus with, and y'all want to see me keep doing this because, with these red lips and things, all on the lipstick on the teeth, yeah. But when the three wise men come to present gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh, it said that they had to go in their treasure boxes, like their gifts were encased in treasure boxes that they went to present to Jesus. And then even the scripture, I think it was Luke's account. I believe it was Luke's account. And yes, it was Luke's account of Jesus's birth. And in chapter 2, verse 7, it said that Mary wrapped him in swaddling clothes. The greatest gift that God could have ever given us came wrapped, in swaddling clothes. And I think that it's interesting to see those correlations while we are celebrating the holidays, to see the correlations that, there is a unwrapping, there's a discovering of our gift and our purpose and what God has inside of us.
And when I think of unwrapping gifts, I think about, being a kid that Christmas morning, rushing downstairs, looking at the tree and grabbing the biggest gift that you see first, and, like,
with your name on it.
With your name on it. Make sure your name on that gift. With your name on it, and you take it, you shake it, and it's like you're so excited because it's like even let me just jump. Even before that,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever did this, but I know I did.
What?
Went to look at something that was mine, a present, and I just like tried to rip it a
A
little
little
bit. Just
I
to see.
heard people doing that. I don't.
I
remember,
did that
but
once.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all, but I did that once. And just to peek, because it's so exciting just to see what's on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, the wrapping look cute. That's like, it's like, okay, yeah, the wrapping is cute. Now I want to see what's on the inside, because what's on the inside has to be greater, right? Than what's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think of unwrapping gifts, unwrapping your gifts, that's what I think about.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think about, it's two things I'm thinking about. I do remember Christmas Eve and seeing the tree.
Yeah.
And all of the lights and the ornaments. And in our family, all of my Christmas memories, even though me and my mom didn't always like live with my grandparents growing up, while my mom was still a single parent, before she and my stepdad got married. But I only had memories. My Christmas memories, for the most part, had to do with their house, with my grandparents' house. So I remember being upstairs. I remember there being absolutely nothing under the tree. And then I remember waking up.
And everything was
and
there.
And everything is there. Yeah. And what's interesting to me now as an adult is that our families knew how to build our excitement and our anticipation and our suspense. Many of us were raised on Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
However we may feel about it now, but we were raised on Santa Claus. And I lived in an apartment growing up, so I never understood. I mean, my mom came up with all kinds of stories of how this big old man got down here because we ain't no chimney. But
that's a good point.
But it didn't matter. Here comes that childlike faith. I just believed, and I anticipated that I had been good all year long. And because I had been good all year long and I was a good girl, that Santa was going to give me what I asked for. He was going to give me what I wanted, and it was going to show up. Okay? It was going to show up on time while I was sleeping. There was some work being done, and I didn't have I couldn't understand it as a child, but the way I understand it now, right? Yeah. Because that was a God work going on. And the concept itself is a God concept but the difference is it doesn't really have anything to do with our good. Right. It's his good. Yes. Because he's so good that he gives us. Because we don't deserve none of it, right? But still yet that all this time, while I was going to school, trying to be a good girl, and I thought Santa was in the North Pole working with his elves in a workshop, this is how God is operating. God is working behind the scenes. Absolutely. And he's working on things for us. And he's working on gifts for us. And he's working on blessings for us. And when the time comes, you're going to wake up and it's going to be a suddenly, all of a sudden, healing there. All of a sudden, joy there. All of a sudden, peace, prosperity there. All of a sudden, this whole world filled with gifts for me, with my name on it. Now, but I'm gonna tell you the difference between what we experienced during this holiday season and God. His wrapping paper ain't always pretty.
Listen, yeah.
His wrapping paper, it ain't always pretty. Sometimes those gifts come wrapped in blood. Yeah. Sometimes those gifts come wrapped in tears. And it's because what God chose to encase your purpose, encase his plan in your life, a lot of times were the ugliest moments of your life, were the hard times in life. And those things were really all wrapping for the greater gift that he had for you, that he had inside of you.
Yeah. And it's like we never know what's on the inside unless those layers are peeled apart.
Yeah. Until you open it.
Until we open it.
Until you deal with the wrapping.
Deal with the wrapping, okay?
Until you deal
Have you
with
ever
the
got a gift that was just wrapped so much.
Yeah, like,
and
good
you're like, all right,
okay. How much paper did you use? A whole roll? And you ripping,
trying to get to the inside.
But while you ripping, and you just throwing paper to the side,
and smaller.
But you're also building a pile off to the side of all the things that it took that you had to rip off to get to the good part.
Yeah.
Well, that was a sermon, right?
That was.
Get to the good part. To get to the good part, somebody has to deal with the trash.
Yeah.
And the debris. Of you getting to the good part of it. But God is just so amazing, because even in that though, as a kid, you ain't care nothing about the paper no more.
No.
Once you got to the gift,
yeah,
you forgot what the paper looked like. Once you get on the other side, you get to the joy, you forget about all the stuff. You know, you ever see a woman have a baby? And I mean, she's screaming. And have you ever witnessed? Yeah, I witnessed too. And she's gonna laugh when she sees this, because y'all, I was bawling, crying. Like, I was up against the woo. When I saw that thing up, good grief, bawling. But it was so beautiful to experience. But all of the pain I saw her go through, tears and the screams and the cry, it all went away when she held that baby.
Just like nothing happened.
It was like nothing happened. When they had to, you know, and I hope this doesn't feel inappropriate or uncomfortable for some of the males that watch, but when they had to sew her up and stuff, she took that like a G. Like, that was nothing, because she's like, I got my baby.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my baby. And that's how it is with God. It's like, that's when you like, it was good that I was afflicted. It was good, because now, this gift that I have now, it's like, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. So in this season, you know, we wanted to talk about that process of discovering your gift, and first understanding and establishing that there is a gift inside of you. God has gifted all of us, be it with a natural gift or a spiritual gift, right? We've all been gifted. The scripture tells us that each of us has been given a gift.
Absolutely.
And that gift is not just for you. Like, gifts you get for Christmas is for you to play with. You know, my toy, but when God gives you something, it's not just for you.
Right.
It's to serve others.
To keep on giving.
Yeah, to help others to give back. Right. So what's your gift?
What is my gift? I would say one of my gifts is hair. I am a licensed cosmetologist, as you all know, and I think that's truly my gift. Of course, I have to cultivate it, you know, like any other gifts. I do have a gift of ministering. I have not cultivated that gift as of yet. Going to 2024, that is one of my, you know, things to do. To continue to study, to show myself approved, so that I may minister to others, the ones that those are in need of ministering. I have a gift of mothering, nurturing. I can go on. I have a gift of loving. The gift of being kind and spreading love. I think I said that already, but I'm gonna say it again. What are some of yours?
I would say I definitely had the gift teaching. The gift of gab. I can talk. I always was I could talk. Definitely, I believe, I know, I'm realizing now that I do have a prophetic gift.
You do.
That, to use your word, needs to be cultivated. But I'm seeing that more, you know, as I develop and the older I get, I'm seeing it more. I'm very creative. I've always been, you know, one of those, I create things with my hands, so I know I'm gifted in talent. And I have musical gifting too. I don't sing as well as I wish I could.
Give us a little song.
No, I don't sing as well as I wish I could, but I've always been very musically inclined, and I know that is an area of gifting for me. So in that, in identifying your gifts, some ways to encourage you guys to unwrap your gift and discover your purpose. And it would be, I would call it the 3 P's.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 P's. And that is passion, possibilities, and people.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your passions? Like when you're seeking God and trying to figure out, God, what's my purpose in life? What are my gifts? Start tapping into, well, what are you passionate about?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that you're passionate? Like you said, hair.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've probably been doing hair since you can remember, right?
My first Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah. Like all of those
things,
things, tap into your passions, and you'll begin to tap into what your natural gifting is, and even begin to start seeing the seed of your spiritual gifts.
Absolutely.
And then the possibilities, things that you just, I don't know why I'm always thinking about this. I was thinking about baking a cake one day, and I just baked a cake and ended up with a whole business. You know what I'm saying? And how that goes. And then people, the people in your life who see into you and see things about you. I remember at the church where I got licensed as a minister, I was, one of the pastors was like, oh yeah, so Pastor Herndon, I went to Christian Compassion in Philly. Pastor Herndon wants you to preach on Sunday. I was like, preach? And I told my mom, and she was like, what? Like, they don't even know you. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, they say they want me to preach. Well, on Sunday, I was not a minister. I was not a minister in training, none of that.
Right.
But he saw something in me. You know what I'm saying? And it literally he literally unwrapped me. Like, I peeked in. Now we're going to start unwrapping this gift and cultivate it and grow it. And he was right. Humbly saying that.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of, like, you get a gift as a kid, right? And that gift needs batteries.
Yeah.
And it's like, it lays dormant until you buy batteries. And when you put the batteries in the toy, then all of a sudden it's working. It's singing, it's moving, it's, doing around it. It reminds me of that. Sometimes we have the gift that lays dormant.
Yeah.
However, until someone sees it or we see it, it's just there.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do need that battery pack that's going to get us, jumping. And that battery pack also help cultivate that gift.
Yeah.
Because we can be in an office, but unless we continue to switch out the batteries, for more power, it's like we have to continue to do that to cultivate that gift.
For sure.
To make it better. Even me as a hairstylist, I can't continue to do hair with the knowledge that I have for today, because tomorrow is another day.
Something new.
It could be something new.
Style,
so I have to constantly retrain, renew, relearn, and to cultivate that gift.
Right. Now, so I'm also thinking about how you go to the mall and you see people taking. Do they still do that now?
What?
Take pictures of Santa?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then there's always a staging, right? There's a tree and there's gifts under it. But if you were to hop over a fence, right, and open up one of those pretty wrap boxes, you'll find nothing.
Phone.
Nothing's in
a phone box.
Nothing's in it. But this is why I love God, because there is something, and I'm going back to this, there is something inside of you, and we have to constantly fight off the enemy who might lead us to believe or want us to believe that it was for naught. I went through all of that for nothing. I started that for nothing. It didn't work out, and it was for nothing. God doesn't even care about me. He didn't even get me anything. He playing with me for real. He gonna give me this pretty wrap box. He gonna give me this relationship. He gonna make me buy a wedding dress and a ring and get a bridal party, all for it not to happen. Oh, sorry.
In personal.
Sorry, got a little personal. But it wasn't for anything. Because have you ever seen where people have given a gift with a box and they open it up and there's another box inside?
Yeah.
And they open it up and there's another box inside. And that's how it is sometimes. You open it up, you only got to the first layer. You thought it was, oh my gosh, you got me a microwave. And you open up, there ain't no microwave and there's another box. Oh, you got me. Yeah, that's how God is sometimes. And we had to keep going through the layers. Keep going through the layers. Trust me, at the end of the thing, it's going to be something that's going to blow your mind. At
Absolutely.
the end of the thing, you got to endure and keep pulling back the layers.
Absolutely.
And make it to the end.
Absolutely.
And see what the end gonna be.
See. And also, you know what? Another thing is receiving a gift.
Mm-hmm.
We always put our focus on the gift.
Yeah.
But we never really focus most of the time. I'll say 90% of the time
on the giver.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like we never really sit back and think about what it costs.
Mm-hmm.
What this person had to sacrifice to how much the person thought of me to give this to me, to gift this to me.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to.
Right.
They could have just very well said, "Happy holidays," and kept it moving, you know? And to think of the cost that it paid, like Jesus, to think of the cost for him to actually, because he had to die on the cross in order for us to receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. He had to ascend first in order for us to receive those gifts. So to think of that he did all of that for me. He took the beatings for me. He sacrificed for me. Right. You know? Right. You brought me a gift. You thought about me. Right. At this point, I care about what you had to pay, but all to me, all that matters is the thought. You thought about me. You thought of me. In this season of giving and I'll say receiving a gift, when you're unwrapping your gift, think about that person. You know, like really be happy that the person thought of you, and think about what it could have took. You know, because we don't know what people go through on the everyday life. Right. So just receiving something from someone in these times is a gift. Right.
For sure it is. For sure it is. Because for many of us, it's a sacrifice.
Absolutely.
It's a sacrifice. And when you think about that, what it took and the sacrifice, you appreciate it more. You cherish it more. And you hold on to it and you use it properly. You know, and so now the gift that God has given you, whether, you know, you've been gifted to sing or to dance, or whether God has called upon you to preach or to teach or to be a leader or entrepreneur, whatever it is, knowing that, number one, he's put a lot of work into giving you that gift. He put a lot of thought into it, a lot of planning. A lot of planning went into it. And so now, how dare we get through life and not live out the purpose? You know, we would be doing God a disservice to not live out our purpose, to not pursue our purpose relentlessly. No matter how many doors got shut in your face, no matter how many no's you have heard. When you know God has called me to this thing, God has put it inside of me, I got to pursue it relentlessly. I got to keep going because my daddy gave me this gift.
It's a gift.
My daddy gave me this gift. It's so much more special. We love our mamas, right? But when our daddy do something, what? You know, my daddy gave that to me. And
it means a lot.
It just means it hits different. It just, you know, and we know you all are just getting ready, probably running out of the house tonight because we're coming now up on the last weekend of shopping for Christmas. So y'all probably not spending a whole lot of time with us, but we wanted to spend a little bit of time with you during this holiday season to encourage you while you're out shopping and you're getting gifts and you're picking out the perfect gifts. Think about how much time God is spending picking out the perfect gift for you.
Yes.
Picking out the perfect gift for you.
Yes.
And, you know, and you finding out, seeking his word, praying, talking to him on a regular basis to discover what your purpose is and to unwrap your gift.
Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation as we're talking about unwrapping your gifts. And we hope that you stay encouraged, motivated, and don't spend what you don't got, okay? Don't spend what you don't have. It's okay to sacrifice every now and then, but let's stay afloat. Let's not, you know, do too much.
But if y'all want to buy me a gift,
I mean, I wear a size 8.5.
I ain't gonna tell you my size, but
I am so done.
Get it with a gift receipt.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, so this has been a glow up. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Holidays.
I'm gonna say Merry Christmas to
Merry
all.
Christmas.
And
know the reason for the season.
Yes. I hope that you all have received Jesus because he's the greatest gift
absolutely
that we could ever receive. So yeah, we love y'all.
Love you.
Merry Christmas.